Hello everyone. This is just an intro video to discuss what this channel is about. My name is Admetos. I've come to realize there are a lot of neat videos on this platform. There are videos of cats and pigs, sports teams, and news events. Then I came to find that there are fewer fun video topics such as the deep web, UFOs, ghosts. I figured I might as well aid in the investigation of these lesser known topics. The thing I figured is, no one knows nothing. I mean, of course people know things. Everyone has their own field which they become somewhat of an expert in. Let's say it's makeup, or let's say it's design, or let's say it's a sport like football. But I've come to learn, maybe up to a decade and a half ago, that there are many topics that people should have at least a basic working knowledge of, yet for what I would come to learn are obvious reasons, people have no working knowledge of. These topics are the topics that I'll specialize in for this channel. Now see, this footage is a good example of something that I don't know a lot about. I figure by putting this on the channel, there may be an observant soul who could take a look at this and relate it to something that they have seen in their own lives. The date this was taken was August 21st, 2017. It was the date of the supposed Great American Eclipse. The location is in South Carolina, but the camera I was holding apparently captured that pink artifact you saw on the right side of the screen. Pay attention to the sound it makes. What does that sound like? There's another strange portion towards the end. You saw that? These little lines. So to me the sound was much akin to lightning. I didn't see any of this. The camera caught it. There's no reason for this to happen in broad daylight on a nearly cloudless day. However, maybe there's a reason for it to happen during the event of a solar eclipse. Over time, I will try to expound on this specific topic and dissect it further. The closest association I have with this purple, pinkish, lightning type phenomena is an association with plasma phenomena and the electric universe. I created this channel, initially named Admetos Lab, to be more of a different take on another YouTube channel called Cody's Lab. The purpose of this channel was to show through photography and experimentation certain new paranormal principles of physics and chemistry not heretofore described. The goal, of course, being to popularize the more esoteric scientific subjects such as cold fusion and free energy. For example, with this clip, you see plasma, which you can associate as being a form of energy. The question being, does this finding have a spiritual connotation is it more phenomenological and has some practical application, such as the generation of energy to be used for work? Is it extraterrestrial but non-spiritual? This clip is key footage which I will pair along with the solar eclipse footage as the seminal footage for the start of this channel and the theme of this channel. Here is a still that was taken on that excursion day where I was photographing the solar eclipse. In this still you see what appears to be a crescent moon. Really, it is a type of camera artifact showing the sun right here being eclipsed by the moon. This scoop out there. And this particular artifact was captured on the full spectrum camera, which is why the lighting here is a bluish purple. Almost immediately upon review of this footage, I associated this moon-like image with another image from history due to the importance of using specific family-friendly proper terms for this platform. I can't even state exactly what the name of the art piece is that depicts this type of image. However, I will do a video specifically covering the topic on this channel at some point. This specific image from history is important to Freemasonry as well as to the Knights Templar. I think the image, with its androgynous goat deity, is supposed to represent the coming together of male and female. Likewise, the solar eclipse is the coming together of male, the sun, and female, the moon. I think this artifact has actually been seen before, and that's why in the actual artwork it's depicted. On this channel, I will go on to show experiments that I perform with plasma. The goal, of course, being to determine if this fourth state of matter, known as plasma, has an impact on our lives today. The strange anomaly I'd seen on the solar eclipse footage really inspired me to look more deeply into the concept of plasma. On this channel I show twice that the specific words you speak to 2 jars full of rice and water will somehow have an impact on the way in which the rice decays. The rice which decays in the container that was cursed typically, as you see here, does not decay all the way. It also has a foul odor. The rice that you say loving sweet nothings to, you might say loving sweet somethings, that rice decays completely and has a much more pleasant, I would say, cheesy odor. Of course, on experimental iterations, this is only n equals 2, so I'll perform this very simple experiment multiple times to better characterize the patterns of decay. The overarching theory of this experiment is that either some inherent archetypal image patterns are embedded into specific words we use in our everyday language that actually have the potential to impact nature itself, or as a nearby alternative, the emotional intent humans place into the language that proceeds from their mouth can somehow alter the natural progression of nature. Or in other words, if ill will is wished, ill will occurs. this channel will delve into the concept of the Mandela effect. In this image, you see the Fruit of the Loom. Basically, this is an artistic rendition of an album cover on the topic of the Fruit of the Loom. The term for the album cover being the Flute of the Loom, released in 1973. This is a very significant album cover because, as we know with the Fruit of the Loom logo, it consists of a naked pairing of fruit without any cornucopia. However, many have known from memory that at one point there was a cornucopia. Still to this day, for me, this is probably one of the most significant Mandela effects. Because the specific Mandela effect is essentially an issue of a corporate logo, there still exists the possibility that the entire Mandela effect phenomena represents a collusion of sorts amongst different corporations to change the logo and then deny that they had done so. Of course, using the backdrop of the internet and the memory hole of the internet specifically to cover. In recent history, we have the amazing finding of SpaceX changing their YouTube live screen in real time in order to get rid of this anomaly, this strange anomaly where you have two copies of the same image that are supposed to represent different rocket boosters. An impressive individual who goes by the moniker Jaronism has covered this topic on his channel.
These are both rockets, look at that. Coming down and they're landing on the same
When you look at all of these obscure topics, you know that there is a larger story taking place.
Their end, because when you see
if you have the energy, if you have the courage, I encourage you, like me, to delve into these obscure topics. It is only through the careful and non-biased breakdown of these obscure topics that we as a society will progress to a more accurate understanding on what is the whole purpose of life. At this point in history, we have a life stages where we are essentially thrown into this party called Earth and immediately take on a large number of assumptions. Those individuals who have the fewest assumptions, those who have the most verified actual knowledge, those are the individuals who are in a position of the greatest power. It is those individuals who have a clear and accurate understanding of the shape of the world. They know if, in fact, death and certain illness can be averted through certain means. They can properly weigh the relative temporal importance of terms such as Pindar, Black Pope, the Qliphoth. These people know the actual reason why monks can attempt to impale themselves and not be harmed with sufficient training. These people can weigh the relative importance to society of the report from Iron Mountain, the agenda posited by the Club of Rome, Agenda 21, and Agenda 2030. The common man has access to information on these topics. However, the common man has no way to weigh the relative importance of each of the topics. Dear viewer, if you are watching this channel, the material I place here is for you. It's for your edification. I want you to leave Animals Farm. I want you to leave the plantation. I have a ridiculous degree of awareness compared to most others that I know, but as one living being, my great awareness is almost useless in combating the classic adage, there's a sucker born every minute. I only want the best for you. If you develop the thirst for wisdom that I have, the events of your life will start to unfold in a manner through synchronicity, where the events of life will seem to conspire to increase your understanding of the overall big picture. It is my position that getting oneself caught and a chain of synchronicity is the metaphorical event cycle that is analogous to the so-called hero's journey. In my current lifetime of less than 4 decades, I have already captured or seen with naked eye at least 6 different types of paranormal phenomena. I judge myself to be rather weak with many limitations. However, you, the viewer, without so many limitations, can go way, way, way far beyond what I've come to understand. The rich vistas of true understanding will enlighten your mind and completely transform your perspective of life. Through my own deep perusals for the truth, I've come to know that life indeed does have what you may call a spiritual dimension to it. The exact meaning of the spiritual dimension is something not entirely clear to me at this time, but I do expect that my understanding will update. As that understanding updates and upgrades, so will I update this channel. I do not have great expectations as far as what the specific channel will accomplish, but what I hope is that the seed of inspiration contained with all the content herein will touch a truly gifted individual who can expand on some of the topics in such a way as to have an impact on the world at large and with hope, actually change the world for a better. If you made it to this channel, it is because you are chosen. And as you can see from watching mainstream news media, there is much, much to be done. Bye now.